You read the title. I made the title. You know what I'm getting into, and I don't know what I'm getting into yet. This is how it's going to go down. I'm going to go through the history in different phases, and in between each of those phases, I'm going to be taking a shot. Now, I'm a lightweight, so depending on where I'm at, I might be switching to a sip. In addition to taking those shots, I have the option of a Smirnoff Ice, a Whiskey Coke, 2 Buzz Balls, Passion Fruit Martine, and a Cranberry Chill. Okay, don't be... This is 1 Buzz Ball. How many? 15%, I'm putting that shit down. I shouldn't have had that, actually. By now, if you clicked on this video, number 1, you already know who Jacksepticeye is. Number 2, you already know that he has a cinematic universe. And if you don't know that by now, Jacksepticeye is a YouTuber and he has a cinematic universe. That's all you need to know, because I'm going to go through it with you. We're going to start at ground zero. Now, you may be wondering, oh, it's Jacksepticeye cinematic universe. It started with Jacksepticeye. Wrong. It actually started with Markiplier and his fans. You know who Markiplier is. If you don't, Markiplier is another Let's Play YouTuber. Come on, catch up. Markiplier is a gameplay YouTuber, but he gets a little bored. He says, I don't really want to do gameplay that much. I'm a big fan of horror. I want to spice things up a bit. I want to dip my toes into editing and make something a little bit scary. Markiplier first started by photoshopping his face to be really distorted and scary, and a face would appear out of nowhere. In 2013, Mark uploaded a video playing a game called Raspy Hill. Now, if you haven't played this game doesn't really have an ending. It just has a bunch of dolls spawn, and it basically crashes your game. It doesn't have a set ending. So, being on this little creepy kick that Markiplier does, he does a different ending to this. Now, big spooky scary, his fan base sees that and goes, yeah, that's a dark version of him. That's like his inner darkness coming into light, taking over him and over his channel. And let's name this new obvious character Darkiplier. Woo! Good one.
I like the term evil player.
That's stupid. No one likes that. Now we traveled all the way to a little log cabin in the woods with a little up-and-coming YouTuber known as Jacksepticeye. You guessed it. And he decides to play the very same game, Raspy Hill. Now, Jacksepticeye plays it, and he sees the video game also spawns a bunch of dolls, crashes your game. He even says it right here. I've never played the game. That's how I know that it just crashes. He decides he's going to take a similar approach. He decides to have fun with it and have it to where the video seems like it's a lost tape that you find in the field and then you just put it in and watch. Great! That happens in October 3rd. That's when he uploads it. That's going to come up a little bit later on in the video. Even back then, Markiplier's fan base and Jacksepticeye's fan base is kind of like a Venn diagram. They cross over a whole lot and they interact. And that led the Markiplier fans that are also Jacksepticeye fans to see what Markiplier did about a week earlier and then see Jacksepticeye do the same. That's suspicious. It's the same thing. Oh my god. We're gonna name him Darksepticeye. That's what they name him. For like a good bit, they're like, oh my god, Dark Septiceye. That's amazing.
What if we name him Antisepticeye instead?
That is the smartest thing that you've ever said, even though that Antisepticeye is technically good and septic is bad. You're so smart. We're gonna keep that forever. Thanks. And so it becomes a big fandom thing, where each person in the fandom has their own interpretations of what Antisepticeye is. And the character gets so prolific in the fan base that people start to make fan games where he is the main protagonist. Antagonist. Anti-agonist. I I don't know if it's going to be a little bit controversial to add these characters in as, like, base level. But f it, why not? So up until this point, Jacksepticeye has existed ever since 2013. So up until this, now that we're in 2015, he's existed for 2 years, being the only Jacksepticeye character that the fans made up. And at this time, Jacksepticeye wants to spice things up a bit, so he does by adding new characters. Well, he plays these different characters just to have fun, and then the fandom takes it by the neck, and it's like, you are mine. And these new characters include Jackaboy Man, that existed in 2015, Henrik von Schneepelstein, and Marvin the Magician. Jackaboy first appeared in October 25th of 2015. He first appeared, Jacksepticeye was actually wearing a Spider-Man costume, but switched it over to Jackaboy Man because it's humorous and funny. And then a year later, for the sake of convenience, I'm just going to start calling him Sean from now on. Sean gets bored, and he decides to go to a local toy shop and get different props and things, so he can make different videos along the way. He picks up a Operation game and a Magician starter toy box. Then he goes home, records 2 videos where he plays a doctor playing Operation, a German doctor called Henrik von Schneepelstein, and then Marvin, or it's Jack the Magnificent, who's being a magician, but everyone sidelines that name and just calls him Marvin, because the actual kit is called Marvin the Magnificent, or Marvin Magician, or Marvin's Magic. So they take that name, that's probably copyrighted, and they slap it onto him and make them whole new characters. Oh, holy shit, I forgot about a character. A character that has existed before Jacksepticeye. Before the Raspy Hill video, there was this little character that Jack made himself. It's called Survival Hunter. Bet you haven't heard that or thought about that name in a fucking while. Jack made this character as something to play as when he plays survival games. You know, Survival Hunter makes sense. But he talks in an Australian accent and says, "I'm the Survival Hunter."
G'day, boys and girls. I'm the Survival Hunter, and I'm in the island on Far Cry 3.
Probably not this nasally, but Gromit! We forgot the cheese and crackers, Gromit! So now I remind you of him. He doesn't exist anymore, so let's just time skip to October of 2016. Time for my first shot. This is a mix between Irish whiskey and peach schnapps. That shit, a shiver down my calf, and I have goose pimples on my calves and thighs. The whiskey Coke. I'm gonna be sipping on this. Cheers. I can't taste the whiskey in that, never mind. It all starts October 10th, 2016, I believe, my time, 11 a.m. No! 2 p.m. This is back when he was doing dual uploads every single day, which is insane, by the way. Sister Location comes out, and Jack sits back in his little chair. He went to a convention, he comes back, and he goes, Sister Location's out. In YouTube terms, I'm a little bit late. Oh, I'm sorry. No one listens or watches my 5 Nights at Freddy's content, so I'm just gonna take matters into my own hands and do something myself. So he begins putting glitches into the Let's Plays to be like a soft launch for Jacksepticeye to come into the picture. And here comes the part of the video where I'm gonna get a little bit maybe too personal. I remember when this video came out. I was 12. I was 12 years old. I saw that upload and I was like, Sister Location, another Five Nights at Freddy's game. He played it. Oh my goodness, he's uploading it. 10 minutes in. 10 minutes in the video, and I see the one glitch.
With a controlled shock.
Cheer up, baby! Here! Zap! Because if anything, I've seen people getting tased. Don't tase me, bro!
What the fuck was that? Was that what I think it is? So I saw that, and I was like, no way. No way. My eyes dust deceive me. A few more happen in the videos, and now I'm honed the fuck in. You get a 12-year-old that just discovered a loud, vibrant personality YouTuber that plays video games that has like this ultra creepypasta ego, and then that person actually brings it to fruition. I'm paying the most attention that I've ever paid attention to ever. The most locked on a 12-year-old with probably ADHD can get. I was laser focused on every single Sister Location video to ever be put out. I was watching them. I was expecting them.
I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect it.
I was also a devout Jacksepticeye fan. I didn't just watch the Sister Location videos. I watched every single video that got uploaded. When Sister Location was going on, I was only paying attention to the Sister Location videos. But then, the little Jacksepticeye moments started bleeding out into other videos. The first time, I can't remember what video it was, but the first time I saw it in another video, I got even more ecstatic. I was on Tumblr, lie about my age, I was on Tumblr looking at people's theories, posting about my own theories, and with each upload getting closer to October 31st, Halloween, of 2016, and the more that the fandom had interacted with the idea of Auntie, had made a theory or post or fan art, the more that people talked about Auntie, the more frequent his appearances got. There is one, I can't remember if it's part 3 or part 4 of Sister Location, but he goes, I am near, and shit my pants. Or, actually, my favorite moments is when Jacksepticeye says something, like himself, not Auntie cutting him off, but Jacksepticeye would come on and he would say like I'm gonna shock you or something, and then it would like turn into Auntie. Oh, when they would like fuse. Oh my god, that's my shit. That's my shit right there. Jacksepticeye doesn't just bleed into YouTube videos, but the more people talk about him, the more he bleeds into social media itself. In the description of a video, he puts a link to it, and then it's like a creepy video with like kids laughing and like a music box going, and there's like static that gets gradually louder and louder as it gets closer to you. Oh! And this leads us to October 31st, 2016, 11 a.m. He carves a pumpkin, everything's safe.
This is going to get dangerous. Right, so what
Until he hears something, and he goes, investigates the sound that's in his house, and then glitches happen. You're like, oh, fuck. It's happening. The video goes on, then he gets a nosebleed. He's like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Glitches again, you see Auntie. The more glitches happen, the more you see Auntie like peering out from the side of the frame. You see a shadow on the wall. You see just him gradually start to appear. Follow him, carve this pumpkin until the very last where he says you want to put some extra fine. If you watch back on it now, it's really goofy. He slits his throat, falls over, dead. Fades to black. You hear Auntie's laugh in the background, and then it pops up. Everything is glitchy. Everything is affected by him, and he has this whole monologue. Can I remember it? Fucking... Why did you have to ask me that? Jesus Christ. His body was weak. You've all said my name, kept me. I am here now, inside you.
Wait a damn minute.
It's all your fault. Too long. Listen to me. You all made this happen. You could have stopped me, but you just watched as this happened. But now, he's gone forever. Say goodbye. I want to know how... That was straight off the dome. I was brain broken on Antisepticeye and the whole Jacksepticeye channel. It was really bad. Bad to the point where I had that still in my head. I haven't watched that video in forever. I had that still in my head at 21 years old. I'm going to be 60 having dementia on my deathbed. Not 60, like, I'm going to give myself some room, like 80, 85. I'll go, inside you. It's all your fault, Anakin. Listen to me, you must. Say goodbye, you will. There's a term every single time something happens to where the fandom gets riled up. It's called setting the fandom on fire. The fandom is on fire at this point. Theories are blazing past. Oh my god, Jacksepticeye's dead. Not really. But for fun, Jacksepticeye's dead. Yeah, for fun. Yeah. In the fandom, having fun was saying that Jacksepticeye was dead. Sure, Jacksepticeye was dead. Blah. And so now, with October rounding out, that was a good time. That was a good bonding moment between creator and community. Surely nothing else could go wrong. Clankies. Don't let alcohol stay in your mouth for too long. Me personally, I would not just... In January, Jacksepticeye uploads a game called Detention. Now, Detention is a lot of psychological, supernatural horror that deals with, like, other dimensions, different spirits and entities. And so Jack saw this. He has a little sprinkle of Antisepticeye in there. People see that, and they go, you are part of something bigger. It could be for something. In my personal opinion, out of all of the videos that out of all the gameplay videos that Auntie has showed up in, Detention might be my favorite.
Forgotten, or just too afraid to remember.
It's my personal favorite Antisepticeye appearing in a gameplay series. It's so much more unexpected because October, Halloween, what's in January? New Year's. That's it. Anyway, please forgive me. Everyone who's dead invested in this and has been there since the beginning, please remember that I'm drunk. But it's possible that in January of 2017, it doesn't go until like the whole month of January. It doesn't go up until February. It goes up all the way until March. So like multi-month levels. I think an important note. Darkiplier first happens in February, so it's like a Valentine's special choose your own adventure thing that Markiplier did. Darkiplier is realized as like a canon character event, so the fandom knows about what's going on in Antisepticeye and what's going on in Darkiplier stuff. And Jacksepticeye has a panel at PAX, and he's like, I want to do something spectacularly special. And before the panel, he plays a video where he's in front of the camera and he says, we're all going to do a fun thing together. we are going to take out all of our phones and do this group big old project with it. And everybody's like, okay. And they take out their phones. And the screen starts to lag a little bit. And, you know, you're in the audience, you're like, oh, maybe there's something going on with the projector.
It's a little awkward.
Starts to lag a little bit more. And you're like,
Right, okay.
okay, so this is on purpose. Because you know the Jacksepticeye stuff. So it glitches all until Auntie shows up on screen. And everyone goes ballistic.
It's Britney, bitch.
I wasn't here. That would be crazy if I was at the PAX, but I was not at the PAX. It also gets uploaded to his channel called it's a video called Always Watching. And in it, Jacksepticeye is like
You found someone new. Threw me aside. Someone to replace me.
So he's talking about somebody. He's talking about somebody that the fandom replaced him with. So the fandom sees that and is like, you are talking about Darkiplier, aren't you? So Jacksepticeye's community saw Jacksepticeye. He was, and they were like, okay, so they must be related somehow. So, and that probably got to Jack and Mark thinking, we can make a collab video about this, and we can bring a bunch of YouTubers in it as well. If people want to make dark versions of YouTubers, we're just gonna create a big, massive collab. Things. One, Mark thought it was funny how obsessed the fans are of making dark versions of different YouTubers, so he saw that and wanted to do a big, massive collab, especially with VidCon coming up. He had a lot of people join in. Two, the whole idea that Always Watching was about Darkiplier was the fandom's whole idea. There was no plan, no nothing for it. Number three, none of it's canon. Absolutely none of it. It's just for fun. I saw this, again lost my shit, because it was my two favorite characters at the time meeting when I thought that they would never meet. So it was like the Super Bowl in my mind. Oh! Okay, so forget about what I said for Jacksepticeye and Darkiplier. Forget about all that. A new player has hit the tower. Chase Brody. April 11th, 2017, he records another fun video where he's a parody of Dude Perfect.
This one's called The Teabag.
Bro average, it's kind of in the name. And in between the different trick shots that he does, he is shown talking to his supposed ex-wife about visiting his kids.
No, baby, no. No, I know, yeah, I'm trying, okay? I'm working. I'm trying to hit all the shots, just look. Just don't take the kids.
He is an important character. He is a tool that will help us later. He is important. Keep him in your mind. He's not important now, but he will be in the future. I would have handed on the whiskey. August 3rd, 2017. Jacksepticeye uploads a video called Kill Jacksepticeye. It's a Plague Inc. Evolved video. You see Jacksepticeye playing the game, he's introducing it, he's doing whatever, and then something happens, and he gets sick.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
Who else shows up in the video? None other than Henrik von Schniepelstein. And he's operating on Jack, and he's talking to Jack like he's a friend.
Is he shortness of breath? Is he mood swings? Always with the mood swings.
He's like, I'm not gonna let you die, my friend. Jacksepticeye, his glitches appear, and they appear, and they appear. They even get so bad, you see Henrik dissociate, and he wraps his neck around his headphone cord. So he's getting sick as well, and Jacksepticeye is like slowly inching his way in, taking over Schniepelstein. And at the very end, Jacksepticeye in the game dies. And Henrik cries out to his friend, well, look who's back! So, Kill Jacksepticeye happens, and that's a big thing. Okay, so I'm gonna be... Hello. time has passed. I am editing and I have short hair now. So Drunk Me just did the monologue again that's in Kill Jacksepticeye and didn't discuss anything else about it, just moved right along. So I'm here to fill in the gap. So this whole video was basically a reestablishing of power for Auntie, because up until this point, from October to August, the community has just been making memes and being lighthearted and having fun with everything, and he didn't like that. So this 10-minute video is basically him puppeteering and showing the audience how much control he actually has. So he has control over Henrik, he has control over Jack, he has control over everything. And we can't do anything about it, and we should be taking him more seriously. And it's been like rinse and repeat, where he appears and people laugh it off, make memes, make theories, and then be like, oh, Andy's gone, everything is the same now. And he doesn't like that it's just been going around in circles. So this whole video is just him reestablishing power. That's the whole MO for this particular appearance. So just want to hop on here and say that. Enjoy. I'm going to be so honest. I cannot remember what happens between now, which is, if you've been paying attention, October 3rd, 2017. I don't know what happens between August to October. But I know the South Park game comes out and Jackaboy Man returns for that. So anything with superheroes in it, or anything that requires saving, or really anything that's relating to a superhero, Jackaboy Man comes back to be like this comedic character. Right? Good. October 31st, 2017. Jacksepticeye, Antisepticeye pops up. No, Another pumpkin carving video comes out, but it's a character of his own making. Jameson Jackson. This guy is a cutie patootie. This guy is a old-fashioned little dude. Jameson Jackson, he's doing his thing, carving his pumpkin. Antisepticeye first shows up when Jameson Jackson sheds blood.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
So with this one's really interesting just because Jacksepticeye made his own character with like the after characters were like a cemented thing, and he made his own character, so he's there, right? Remember Jameson Jackson, he comes up later. I think that's really it for 2017. Christmas time. There's December of 2017, where Jacksepticeye does Thankmas. It's a charity live stream that he does in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. He sets up an overnight security watch over the live stream. So I'm gonna be so real with you. Not with you, shut up.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
I don't remember all that happened. But I remember that I was watching like a hawk, and you can pay attention now. The live stream happened over multiple days. A live stream happened for a number of hours, and then it went down, and then there was a bunch of security cameras that all of us in the chat would look at and listen and pay attention to, and then the live stream would come back on, and then a bunch of different other odd disturbances would happen. This was one of the most fun experiences that I had ever had, second to the whole month of October in 2016. I have a picture of me young looking at the screen, but it was really fun. Interactable stream, very fun. Phase 3. Because this is where it starts to get interesting. Oh, that's pleasant, actually. Jacksepticeye does what he does best when it comes to ego content, And he releases different gameplay videos that are interspliced with different... They're spiced up in a way. And in 2018, he went through a whole phase of doing this, where different gameplay videos had different beginnings and endings to them. Now, some of them were relevant to the overall story, to the overall cinematic universe, but some of them were not. Up until now, the pattern was he would play gameplay, and different moments would happen in them, and then a bigger something would happen. That's been the whole pattern the whole time. And so you see these, and you're like, oh, something bigger is gonna happen. I'm gonna theorize these. No. Jacksepticeye doesn't even act himself in these videos. He acts as Chase Brody. He has... My dad is here. My dad is here. My door's open. Okay, so I'm gonna do this like it's a secret. He does different videos. Like, he has different kids that he may or may not have visitation to, and an ex-wife that he has. You could infer that it's for Chase Brody. Which is interesting because he... Oh. Coming to correct my own past transgression. Oh. We haven't met. My name is Grandpapa Poobah, at your service. Now, me under the influence of the drug alcohol. Forgot to mention a few things. A few important things. See, all of what I just explained to you, and all of what you've seen and you're a fan of already and you're attached to, is now vetoed. Written out of the script. Said so by our exuberant author, Sean McLaughlin. Now, he said specifically that a lot of it has been vetoed, and the whole Jack character has been vetoed as well. Now, a lot of the videos have Jack involved in some way, like our famous Say Goodbye or Kill Jacksepticeye video. So it leaves you to wonder, what is canon? What is not? What's the truth? And what is fake? And I'm here to tell you that I don't know. The one that makes the most sense to me, the video that makes the most sense to be a part of the canon, a video called What Do You Want From Me? And now it's another gameplay video with an odd beginning and ending, but it's the ending that we want to pay attention to the most. Now, before I let my inebriated self go and describe this video, I must warn you. From this moment on, I am gone. Capital G, gone. There are a plethora of important moments and information, but I just do not remember it at this time. Now, without further ado, my drunk self, describe to the fine people what happens in the gameplay video. What do you want from me? It's a normal gameplay video that goes all the way up to the end, where a character, up until now, a fan can infer, if you're in the know about the characters, you can presume to be Chase Brody. His house is dark. He flicks on a lighter, and he's walking around his own house. He's like, what is going on? What is going on? And he sees a hallway with red light, and he sees a figure. And it's presumed that he's recognized this figure, or that he's familiar with this figure before.
Where are they? What do you want from me?
Heard. Fleek, on fleek, slay. Nothing really happens until 2019, where a video called chase gets uploaded. And this is really the first one that has the most cinematic feel. This one is not a gameplay video, it's not connected to anything. It is a single, standalone cinematic project where it follows the character Chase getting in his car, walking through a field. You see Jacksepticeye in the background. You see something in the background. And he's driving throughout the countryside. And he has a bottle of whiskey in his hand. He walks through the woods. And he's somber. You can tell that something has happened because we saw it a year prior. And you see him go to a stone stacked gravestone. And you see him put a picture down. And you're like, oh, he's mourning. A bottle in his hand. And he's at his wit's end. Da, da, da. And then he just got teleported on top of a parking garage. Insane. Chase, presumably Brody, from his hat. He's worn like the same hat throughout the entire time. We see Jacksepticeye in a hat. That's Chase Brody, obviously. Jacksepticeye doesn't wear a frontwards facing hat ever. A couple days later, and there's a video that he uploads called "You're Not Ready for These Scary Games." Now, at the very end of the video, you see a doctor character. If you've been paying attention, it's obviously Henrik von Schneebelstein. He's looking at a monitor, he's scribbling on paper, he's trying to figure out some sort of algorithm to hack into the mainframe, to access the quantum realm, whatever. At the very end of the video, you see him, and he's looking at the screen, he's looking down his paper, he's scribbling, he's crunching papers, throwing it away. It ends by him looking into a vortex. What the fuck is going on here? Comment down below if I missed anything, because you're better at this than I am. You can't see it, but I'm like, my leg is hiked up and I'm doing this. I'm like, because you're better at this than I am. October 31st, 2019 is when another Halloween video gets uploaded. Oh my goodness. It's none other than our friend, Jameson Jackson, aka JJ. He is telling a story through little puppets. And it's really cute. It's really awesome. And again throughout the video, Auntie's influence is shown through the different layers of the video. And then possesses at the very end. Nothing else happens until a full year later in 2020. The pandemic hit. Jacksepticeye uploads a video for Halloween. And like I was saying, it's about a character that you really haven't thought about in a while. And it is none other than the survival hunter. You thought you trusted me? It is Marvin the Magnificent. It's this under 2-minute video that gets uploaded, by the way. The shortest of all of the standalone videos. And you see Marvin the Magnificent, where he's looking over and he's moseying over the spell book, right? You see a periodic table. You see different what looks like different spell circles. You see different everything. You go. Oh, please tell me. Please. Uh-oh. You are. Oh! You're gonna have to take over. Okay, so sorry about this, but this is only up to you guys. Camera change mode because I am not gonna get drunk again. So, Marvin, in this, you don't know what he's doing until he's doing it. You see him gaze over a book. What book is this? No idea. A shot goes and you see an orb that he's pondering, and you're like, what is this orb that he's pondering? He tears a page out of Mary's, was it Pippin? One of the Took's books, and he touches the orb, and he gets all of these visions about Chase, and about Auntie, and about all these things, and oh, it's so much for him. Ah! And then he lets it go, and he's like, huh, I've stared into the orb of previous Jacksepticeye videos. And he also sees the same portal, the same vortex portal thing that Henrik saw in the video in the year prior. Now, this is still in the same phase. Still in the same phase. I can take a shot if you want. Do you want that? Do you want me to take a shot? Do you want me to take a shot? I'll take a shot for you. I have Irish whiskey because, it's because Jacksepticeye is Irish, and so I want to honor. It's totally not because on my birthday I wanted to make a green tea shot, and then I got all the stuff, and then it's not the right stuff, so I didn't get to make the full thing. I don't know how to mix things. Wow, actually, why did I do that? The Twitter account Iris is made. And you might be thinking, Iris? What the fuck is that? It's another piece to the puzzle that we're gonna know very shortly. Because not long after, in August of 2022, Jacksepticeye uploads a video called Watcher, and it's an introduction to Iris. Now, Watcher is a product that Iris, which is presumed to be a company, has made. It is a security camera that is a very, very high-tech security camera. It has 4K, it can sense different things that I can't quite remember right now, but it's a very high-tech piece of technology. That is important, I think. They're a part of something bigger, but no one really knows quite yet until October 31st. Everything happens on Halloween, by the way. The Iris Project gets uploaded. Now, I can't for the life of me remember if it was before or after October. There's a live stream where the live stream chat are looking over different security cameras. Kind of like, if you remember, Overnight Watch. It's a big interactive game with like thousands of different viewers. There's different commands you can do. There's like zoom in on different parts of cameras. There's different interactions you can do. There's different puzzles that you can find, enter in, and then through the different puzzles, if you complete them, you unlock a clip. And the clip is none other than the continuation of the cinematic short Chase that was uploaded years prior. Iris found Chase and brought him into questioning and kind of kept him held captive, which I don't know legally why they could even do that. But they did. Through different interviews that Iris does to Chase, they are having a camera right here talking to Chase, and there's like this interview camera, and there's like a big high security camera that they're doing it with. The worker at Iris, played by Aaron Hansen. Are you still alive? Oh my god, you're such a trooper. So Aaron Hansen looks at Chase, and he's taking him through all the different questioning steps.
Mr. Brody, can you tell us how you ended up at this location? So you don't have any recollection of how you got here?
No, I have no idea. Subject has no recollection of spatial transition.
And Chase is like,
wait, excuse me? Subject?
Apologies. What do you remember, Mr. Brody?
they take him through different questioning. And then different things happen. And then there's different security camera footage. And then Chase gets really, really impatient. And he's like, whatever. And he gets really uneasy. And then different things happen. He's like, he has like a ball. And he's like, did. And then he goes, and then there's like, you know, he experiences voices again. And your voices are like, oh, if you're in the know, you're like, that's anti, that's anti, that's anti, that's anti. As far as you know. Or Alter 114209. Alter 114209. Yes. Which, if you took that to the alphabet, it spells out anti. Just saying. Oh, in the Marvin video, you also have, it's also experienced antimatter. So in this post-retconned story, anti is probably referred to as, it's like a shortened version of antimatter. That's what I can pick up. You can pick up your own thing, everyone picks up their own thing, but I think, as far as I know, that's antimatter. As far as I can guess. I don't know. The worker comes back in. And he is now shown on camera, and the worker, played by Aaron Hansen, says,
"A few years back, there was an incident in a small town in the north of England. A small stone slab. They had no idea, of course, but many of the residents there had talked about getting severe headaches that wouldn't go away, getting nosebleeds much more frequently than normal, and some started hearing voices."
Which, if you remember, we saw the side effects of in Phase 1. Now, even though Phase 1 was retconned, it can still influence Jacksepticeye's inspiration through more modern... Oh, you're dead. Through more modern means. Oh, Chase also has, like, deja vu, and then deja vu is actually, like, a prominent thing that's in Irish folklore. So... Chase, oh my god. Okay, so in small preparation of this video, I was vaguely watching more important videos, right? I was rewatching Anomaly Found Chase Brody. Which Anomaly Found Chase Brody? Chase Brody's an anomaly. Why is that? Why is anti specifically kind of tied to Chase? Why is antimatter tied to Chase? Is it like an alternate dimensional thing where Chase just kind of fits his code? I don't know. Wow, I was really stupid to think that I needed a cranberry chiller. Wow, I didn't even finish the passion fruit martini. Buzzball. Chase Brody, Antisepticeye, or just anti at this point, antimatter. How are they connected? Who knows at this point? What's Anti's motivation? Again, who the fuck knows? But Iris at this point, I don't know if Jacksepticeye meant this or if he did. It would be really, really, because they're really similar. But Iris and the SCP Foundation is not that far apart. They're really, again, Venn diagram of their whole operation. So they're talking to Chase, and then Chase, he experiences this whole thing of like, oh, images are flashing.
What was that?
Do you feel safe?
You feel safe?
No.
Are you enjoying your time here? How does this image make you feel? Do you have any experience with Alter 114209?
No, I keep telling you, no.
When was the first time you came into contact with Alter 114209?
I haven't.
Have you ever experienced a terrible occurrence that has impacted you significantly?
Stop, please, stop it.
The light.
They pressure him psychologically, and he breaks down, and he says,
killed him.
I'm sorry.
Holy I am underpaid for this murder confession. But what really gets me is that Chase had to bury his family because Jacksepticeye killed him. In the previous gameplay video, he's like, what do you want from me? Where are they? What do you want from me? And Jacksepticeye killed him. Chase, seeing his ex-wife and kids get killed, he's like, no one will ever believe me, and so I have to bury these kids myself, my kid and my ex-wife myself in these woods. And so when he first tells the worker, I was just going on a walk in the woods, he couldn't have said that he was visiting a grave like he was obviously doing, because he would have gotten caught of being a murderer, even though he wasn't a murderer, even though it was antimatter. But who cares? Time skips, and the worker is like, we have to take you somewhere else. We have to take you to a secondary location.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Brody. We need to take you somewhere more secure.
More secure? Why? What happened?
Nothing, Mr. Brody. It's merely a precaution.
Okay.
Oh, guys, I've been here before. This is not good business. We need to leave.
It's impossible, Mr. Brody.
You're fine. We're fine. And Jace Brody is like, he's like, no, I've been here before. It's not good business. It's heebie-jeebies. It's bad juju. We need to go. And they force him down the hallway, and then we're all seeing this in the security camera footage. Security camera footage cuts out. We're dollying through the hallway, and we see a guy. He's like tumbling down, and then we see everyone dead in the hallway. A figure drop down from the top of the screen to the bottom, and oh shit, we know exactly who this is. This is Jacksepticeye, or this is antimatter, or just whatever. And Chase is in the back, and he's hunkered down, and he's like trying to get as close to the wall or just away from Anti as possible, because he's seen this guy before. He see what he can do.
Hello, Chase.
Shit my pants. This is by far legitimately the best Anti. He's physical. It's like really the first time, Jacksepticeye's words, the first time that two egos have been in a room together. And so Jacksepticeye, he looks at Chase Brody. He's like looking down. He goes, and he's like muscle twitching a lot. It's not really like, it's kind of digital glitching, but not really. Like, he's not really in full control of the image that he's put on this specific reality, right? He's not really like jerking around like the other videos. He's more like, which is awesome. That happened in 2022. Right? Right. Up until this point, we haven't had anything else to deal with Chase or Anti thus far. The only thing that we've had is on the Iris Twitter page. Was in last year. It was in October of last year, and they were releasing documents that would be spread around the Irish email chain. And that's basically about it. We've also so he releases a comic called The Alterverse, which explores Marvin the Magnificent Jack Boyman. I'm still waiting on the comic for Survival Hunter, not gonna lie. If you want me to do it, then that's also fine. But I'm still waiting on that email. Shoot me an email, big dog. It's particularly interesting because Marvin Magnificent, his comic is called Void Silver, and a novelist translates from Latin to Void Silver. But I think that about does it. Oh, I made a post before I made this video asking people about what happened before before phase 1. And this is all the people that replied to me. So shout out to those. Shout out to those people. And I love you all. What else do you want to see? Like and subscribe. Welcome to the end of the video. I am so glad you made it this far, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tell me your opinions down in the comment section below. Now, with those formalities out of the way, do you remember that cranberry Powerball buzzball that I had? I didn't drink it, did I? Introducing Cranberry Chiller. Bottoms up. Excuse me. Grandpapa Pooh knows how to put it away.